Brought to you by Black Magic Design, the world's highest quality products for the feature film, post and broadcast industries. blackmagicdesign.com.
We're gonna roll on with the weirdness with Yas's next film.
It's a great send off because the next film I'm going to talk about is a film out of Portugal. It's a Portuguese film. They label it as a drama, but I would argue I wouldn't say it was necessarily a comedy, but it definitely will stretch the imagination of what consists of a drama. The film is called Tony Odyssey. For a rather hallucinogenic movie, it's shot in black and white, and it still encapsulate the hallucinogenic feel of the whole idea of the movie. And here's the setup. Uh, a very down on his luck, uh, young adult, young guy named Tony is working at a crap hole restaurant, what we'll call it. It's a place where people will go to eat and drink, and really the lowest lives possible. And when we enter into his life, he's basically plunging the toilet from hell. His life it couldn't get any just like what the hell ever. But then it gets worse because an old friend, an old we'll say girlfriend, Ivy, shows up with a lot of intentions, a lot of extravagant intentions about what she wants to do with life and what she wants to do with her life and what she should feel he should do with maybe his life. And decides in a sort of, let's say, a moment of inspiration, she decides to rob the restaurant bar that our friend Tony works at and wonderfully incorporate him into the robbery. Amongst the people in the bar is the owner, who is a mob boss of his own. His troublemaking son, who's quick to shoot anyone as soon as possible, especially if he's to say gets hurt, which he does. I'll leave it at that. There's three death squad looking police cops that are just hang out at this place. There's a whole crew of motley a bunch that are in this restaurant that get robbed by these two. And amongst the stuff that they steal, besides weapons and money, is an experimental drug that somebody was going to work out before they put it out on the street. They take the drug, they run with the money, the guns, they run off, the two of them. Mind you, the mob boss is telling Tony that wherever he goes, he will find him and kill him. So they run off. They find an abandoned ruin someplace. They lay themselves out and they try out this new bizarre looking drug uh, that they take as droplets in their eyes and have the acid trip of all time because they not only go on a trip, they almost literally go on a trip. They go from where they're sort of like dilapidated, um, ruinish town or village, and go to the big. Suddenly, they're in the big city, and they're running into different fashionistas, and they're getting just a quick a head a quick tutorial on the culture and the wild sort of things that sprout out of this altered reality because he's gone to a whole other I mean like out of the Matrix they've gone to a whole other place, and in this place they recognize that they are people in another reality and that the people in the reality don't recognize that they're just like characters in the video game, that they're just sort of there to just sort of play along. They're their ability, rather, with Ivy's ability to recognize that they're in it, they're in this other world, and that they can control it. Tony hasn't picked up on this. He's somebody that's just figuring out that he's in a whole other world. And his whole thing basically was, I hate reality to begin with. So the idea of going to this other world was, oh, okay. But then when he actually got there and realized that he can go from being a janitor at a rundown bar to being the creative that he always wanted to be. He always had this sort of artist mentality. And the reality that they're in, this new world, is based almost totally on the idea of art and expression. The whole movie, frankly, is told in a sort of poem form. It's as somebody tried to make a narrative out of poems, out of art. It's very, very, very slam dance. Like we were saying about some other movies. I'm not sure exactly how the distribution is going to be for this one. Like who picks this up, and but it's wild. It's imaginative. It's something I don't think you're going to see really anytime soon because this is the type of movie. Like, how do you market this movie? It is funny as hell. It is crazy to watch. And they throw a lot of ideas and a lot of stuff at you that that comes across as message, and then but a lot of it does come across as performance rather than actual narrative. So beware with that. But yeah, it's definitely something different and very something very, very interesting. I thought Tony Odyssey. You may want to check that out.
This is the BTRP Media Network.